Darren, McCarty, and Neal Ruhl can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The #1 midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D! Hump day!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, back at it. D-Mac, what's going on, man?
All good, bud. All good. What a great day on the golf course yesterday, and look forward to hitting the simulator today.
Yeah, so. As am I. Yeah, we're gonna do it up. I'm excited for that. What a change happened yesterday. You walk out of here, it was all warm and everything.
The
bottom fell out.
Back nine, wind changed. It started dropping, and by late last night, man, we were back in the winter.
Yeah, absolutely. Spencer Raxter in the building.
Hello. I just want to say, thank God for Jared Goff.
Yeah, man.
Because if he didn't restructure his contract, today would have been so depressing. Red Wings, choke.
Yeah.
Team USA, chokes. Dude, they don't even know what they're doing or what they're playing for, apparently.
Fucking manager, bro. It was so bullshit.
That was the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But Jared Goff, thank God the Lions did it and put up the money. 'Cause Jared Goff was probably waiting on it, like, where's my, $30 million direct deposit? But now we got some money to work with.
They like Neal waiting until right up against it to come in. So
Well, I mean, there's no advantage to doing it earlier. I legit think. KG, what's really good?
what's really good? I'm feeling good, man. How about you?
I'm well.
That's
Shelby in the house as well. Hi, Shelby. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you ready for a Top 5 Wednesday?
I am.
We got a lot going on today.
Rest in peace Wednesday,
Rest
too.
in peace Wednesday by way of Tuesday.
Yeah, we might not be able to get to the rest in peace Wednesday.
We'll have to see.
Yeah,
It
so
might be
That might be the one that makes it, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. We do. We have a lot
Rest in
going
peace,
on.
my granny. She got hit by a bazooka.
But okay, so was yesterday the most active weekday of sports in the history of the world?
it seemed like that.
Like yesterday was crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. There was a ton going on, no doubt. Woodward Sports chat thread. Get into there. Get your thoughts out there. And you want to skip the line, use a super chat. You guys know how that works. And in the chat, first off, Detroit Mercy. That's sad.
Damn.
Just hate to see it, huh?
Right.
Damn. Great story. It's
See you later.
It's one thing to get there. It's one thing to get there. It's another thing to get the lead in the game.
There you go.
But it's quite another to close those things out, man, because it's,
Just ask the Red Wings.
it's difficult. Yeah, absolutely. Ask the Red Wings. The ski mask boy, Maxx Crosby, didn't pass a physical, so why do we want him?
Because he'll pass
What are you
physical
talking
for the
about?
Lions.
No one's passed a physical that far or that close to having surgery. I've had the sports hernia surgery.
Word on the street is they had all the information they needed on his knee. They backed out of the deal.
This is
Cold
a
feet.
bad look on the Ravens,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
It is.
Is it, though?
It is.
They wanted Trey instead. I don't know.
And they got to keep their 2 first-round picks?
Yeah, but I mean,
bro.
if you read what people are saying about what other GMs are saying, what agents are saying, that Baltimore is just
they
see you later.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, you
But
better
that's
cash
just
in the
me.
Super Bowl. Who you got?
Yeah,
Because
that's
you're
all
not
real
getting
shit.
anybody else from
Well, they got
anybody
Lamar, so
anytime
don't
soon.
worry. It's loading.
It's fair.
Better hope Trey stay healthy.
The ski mask boy, get off the Maxx Crosby stuff. Talk about the Pistons and Red Wings. Do you really think talk about a losing team is more important? Lions.
Yes.
No playoffs. Will Pacheco and Bridgewater be champions? No. The ski mask boy, for you, Hondo Carpenter coming on at 11-14.
I can't wait. I thought about you. When I saw that news yesterday, I instantly thought about you. I'm like, oh, yeah, he getting honcho.
I texted him. I was like, dude, I'm sorry to bother you, but, like,
you know you got to come on
you
the show,
guys
right?
keep doing that. I told him, I'm like, you guys keep doing this, not me. No, I do. I want to find out
I
where
do
the Raiders
too.
are at. Yeah, like,
What better to go to the source?
this is fascinating to me, D-Mac.
Well, it is, because is it more unprecedented than not?
Yeah, 100%. When's the last time?
I mean, I just want to know what the conversation with the team doctor, or the guy who turned down the physical, right? Because the conversation before, no matter what, no matter what,
no doubt.
we need this outcome. But no, it'll be interesting from both sides. You know, you know what it is, because we've heard the Ravens sort of side of it. Let's hear the other side of how it goes down.
You know who the buffoon in all of this is to me? The Cincinnati Bengals. For real.
Yeah.
Was it worth having Trey Hendrickson for those 5 games or whatever it was?
Absolutely not.
Like the second Joe Burrow got hurt, tear it down. So now you get nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He walks for free. And you got to face him twice a year now.
Yep.
Because he's with Baltimore.
Wow. Yep.
They are an awful organization. They are the
Their
Clippers.
ownership is
They are the
horrible.
Clippers of the NFL.
Some of the worst ownership you ever
Are
seen.
they worse than the Browns?
Yes.
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 Yes, confidently. You
Because they get good. Because at least they get players. At least they get quarterbacks.
Right.
At least they get stars, and they just ruin them.
And it's crazy. They've been to a Super Bowl within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It
nuts.
is. Like that whole
Like
thing.
the Browns' big mistake was, wasting Baker Mayfield. Like,
Right.
I mean,
And
shit.
Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, and Kevin Stefanski. They have Joe Burrow. Like, he's a top 5 quarterback in the league, and they're just ruining him.
So,
But he's
again,
dating Jessica Alba, so who's really on top?
Oh, he don't
I
lose.
mean,
Who is-
Joe Cool, baby.
oh, I'm Joe Burrow. I make hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm a great quarterback. I'm banging Jessica Alba. Fuck you, dude.
That
Like,
Oh, good on you.
yeah, I know,
Yeah, right.
He's literally living my dream.
Yeah.
Like, that is when
Well, a lot of people-
when I was a child, I was like, I want to be an NFL quarterback. I love Jessica Alba. Fantastic Four is an elite movie.
what if I could do both?
Yeah,
Right?
some people just got
People
it all.
sleeping on his track record with women, though. He be knocking them down.
Hey.
Man. He's a sniper.
He's a good-looking guy.
He is a good-looking guy.
Joe Cool,
The
man.
clothes are weird, but I think the weird clothes
It helps.
almost
Plays
add
the
to
aura.
it.
It does.
He's the cool guy. He's
Shelby, you're nodding your head like.
I have a hot take. I don't think he's that attractive.
Oh, dang.
I do have a soft spot for him. I think he's really funny. Like, he's got a really funny personality, but
What
I
about
also
his
don't know if
clothes?
the Jessica Alba stuff is true. I don't know.
What about his clothes?
He's got it. I like it. I'm into it.
it's the nonchalant vibe he's got.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that video of him and his mom doing the Pledge of Allegiance in their living
Wait,
room?
what? No.
Oh my! I'll find
Can you
it.
find it? Send it,
I
Spanish?
gotta
Yeah.
see this.
Woodward Sports chat thread.
That's why we're dialed in with the youth there, Neal.
What's that?
That's why we got Shelby dialed in with the youth.
No doubt, yeah. A connection to it.
It's so
Spencer
funny.
Spencer used to be, but that ended 2 years ago.
He's getting
we
old,
we
man.
watched it. We watched the
I
Denver.
mean, I don't do anything now. Now I just work out, go home, go to sleep.
You're
That's
an
all
old
I
man.
do.
You're washed,
Neal,
bro.
would you say
I'm on.
that once that Broadcaster 6 came into play, it's sort of
That was his
Changed
last
the
line.
last
sort of it,
You know what, D-Mac? That's when it became a business for him.
Yeah.
you know what it was?
It happens to all
My
of us.
brand.
Sort of got his show name.
Yeah.
And then I had an unk moment with Brendan. I had sales guy Brendan the other day. We were talking about Call of Duty, Prime video games, stuff like that. And I told him about the model 1887 akimbo shotguns from Modern
Oh,
Warfare
man,
2, which
what?
are, if you play Modern Warfare, it's the most elite, probably the most elite
One of
single
them, for
gun
sure.
in Call of Duty history.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I didn't play it. He's like, it came out when I was 7. I
You
was
did
like,
play
"Oh,
Modern Warfare
fuck."
2, the original
Oh,
Modern
he
Warfare
aged
2?
you?
Yeah, he aged me. It was an
Oh,
unk
wow.
moment.
You had to be there. The
Yeah.
original Modern Warfare 2?
Elite.
Oh, my God.
Me, and it was on PS3, which had free internet.
Yeah.
So everybody would just go off Michael Myers, one-on-ones on Rust.
When I tell you I lost at least 3 credits in high school just based on that release.
Yep.
It was bad. We were skipping school on
100%.
that shit, bro. What?
You and Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out.
Dante
I haven't played a
150.
video game in so long.
Dante 151.
We got to get you back out there, man.
Dante 151 in the chat. Rest in peace, Detroit Mercy Titans. Yeah, it's sad. You
Yeah.
hate to see it, man. Hate to see it. Tev Sauce in the super chat. Why are we talking sports? More drugs and alcohol, please.
There we go.
That's 5 to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do it in reverse order. You know?
Alcohol is
Shout out heavyweights. Yeah, sprinkled in with sports.
This is like recent.
Oh my gosh! I think it was COVID. It's so funny. It's
what?
so funny.
I was expecting him to be like a little kid or something.
yeah,
Nope.
no, it was during COVID. It's
Okay,
so
I
funny.
gotta get down with this one.
Spencer's getting to it right now. Woodward's, man, the Titans a story here in the chat. That's kind of weird. Woodward's Mike G. Congrats to the Titans. Beauty of a run, boys. No one will remember. It's the way it works. Hey, like this is college basketball now. Okay, go reconstruct your roster now and check back.
Yeah.
You don't get anything for that.
You don't.
It's the way it works. So there you
It's
have
not
it.
like they beat Kentucky.
I know, right?
Oh,
Detroit Dabber. Meanwhile, Campy scratching his balls on the couch, wishing he was still coaching. Dabber.
Guess who's sitting right next to him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoever coaches the Titans.
Yeah, Izzo was, quote, as nervous for that game as of one of his own. Well, okay, there you go.
Y'all leave Campy alone, man. No Campy slander here.
Do it again, Dabber. Like, that's the way this works. Put it back together and do it again.
Say that shit again, damn it.
Right.
There you go. But no, we're obviously we're getting all into it. We are going to have Hondo come on. I'm fascinated by the story.
Oh, man.
It's incredible.
Somebody on some bullshit.
The USA baseball stuff is incredible. The Red Wings coughed one up yesterday, no doubt
Puked
about it.
one up.
What's that?
Puked.
One up. Yeah, there you go. However you want to describe it.
We thought we had the game in hand. It's
I
crazy.
thought I was, because the Hockey Elite group was texting, and like when they had the puck with like 24 seconds left or whatever in the Panther zone, I wanted them to just go to the corner to make sure they got the point.
You and I both.
I for real, like for real.
I hear you.
For real, I did.
Yeah.
Which is soft, but
Hey,
could
you got to do
feel
what
it.
you got to do.
All right, I got the Joe Burrow video.
100%.
You could feel it. Like you felt whatever as the cold moved in on the outside.
Yeah.
The cold moved in on the inside. But that had more of the playoff feel. And just to touch a little bit on it, what you've seen, right, is the Achilles heel of finishing games up. They put themselves in position. Look at the Vegas game also. But these teams that are playoff teams, that are Stanley Cup teams at this time of year can elevate. So this March thing is a real thing, and they got to figure a way out.
Yeah, and you got Dallas and Tampa coming up. So you better buckle up. We need John Gibson to steal one of those games for us. It's probably the best team in the NHL, and then a top 4 team in the NHL going into their barns. But yeah, it looked like the Red Wings at the end of that wanted the Florida Panthers to just give them the win. And nobody in the NHL, let alone a back-to-back Stanley Cup champion team, even without some of their best players, is going to give you a win. And
No doubt.
Nobody stepped up to take. Patrick Kane had a wide-open opportunity, one-on-one with the goaltender right in front of the net, blew it. Lucas Raymond had a wide-open opportunity, one-on-one with the goaltender right in front of the net, blew it. I said it on Woodward Wings last night. They let the dog, it's a wounded dog standing in the corner. And good teams put that dog down. When you have opportunities in the first period to score goals, you score those fucking goals. You don't let it sit there because it's going to bite you eventually. And that's what happened.
Facts. Like there's really nothing else to say.
They played soft. Now you want to hear Joe Burrow sing the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah. Let's do it before we get to Hondo. Yes.
Hi, boys and girls. We have a special pledge helper today, my son, Joe Burrow. Please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, boys and girls, have a great day. I miss you. Bye.
She's a teacher.
Oh,
okay.
okay, I get
I was
it.
going to say, that's a real culty. But
No.
Yeah, just a little bit.
She's like a principal at a school in Ohio, I think. And so
Okay.
it was during the COVID shutdown, and
Yeah.
her son's Joe Burrow. So
Neal
it's
was
just
ready
so
to hate.
funny.
I saw it
So
on Neal was
funny.
ready to hate. The
Why?
way you was looking at it.
Hey, guys, you see that? That's called look tone.
Right. I
He's
saw
got-
your face.
He's got tone with his face.
that makes a lot of sense that she's a teacher or principal.
Yeah.
So funny.
That's
I was
cool.
gonna say,
It makes
that's
more sense now.
The Super Mario sweatshirt on top of it is just great.
Elite sweatshirt.
Yeah.
All right, let's take the break. Detroit Dabber. You got a lot to say for something that's been relevant in over a decade, bro. A decade.
Is he victory
So stop.
lapping making the
Yes,
championship game?
100%.
Hey, dude, when you win one game in a season a
Can't-
couple years ago, you got to take any victory lap you can.
Campy is 22-5 against you guys since we came into the league. Like, that's what it is. All right, where are we going here?
Johnson.
Ben Johnson Law, everybody. Hey, whatever your justice is, settlement, verdict, whatever your justice means to you, you need the fighter. You need a legal team that can get the result that you have to have. Go to venfights.com. Get tough, tenacious trial lawyers. You think that insurance company wants to see you get your justice, wants to see you get what you deserve? They do not. Get the guy on your side. Get the fighter. Go to Ven Johnson Law.
Today's the day. What am I talking about? The 3-on-3 basketball tournament at West Michigan, sponsored by Jars, giving away $15,000 in cash. Yes, Van Andel Arena. If you're in Grand Rapids, home of the Grand Rapids Griffin, our boy Kool-Aid is there taking all the action. So if you can't make it there, make sure you look for some clips that Kool-Aid will be posting and stuff like that. I think he'll be on the Braylon Shep, the Braylon Edwards show with Shep at 2 to 4. Talk about this. They're playing for $15,000 in cash. Thanks to Jars Cannabis for all their support.
Shout out, Jars.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Right now, as promised, he's taking up residency.
Yes.
He covers the Vegas Raiders, but he's got a Vegas residency going right now here on Big D Energy. He covers Las Vegas Raiders for Sports Illustrated. He is our guy, Hondo Carpenter, our guest in Hondo. First off, my friend, happy birthday to you. And
happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you, my friend. Secondly, what happened? What happened?
Hi, Hondo.
I'll tell you exactly what happened. So I sat down last night to enjoy a meal, and my phone begins to blow up. The first thing I get is from an NFL executive and said, "You hearing anything?" And I texted back, "My stomach's rumbling. I'm waiting for a 30-ounce rare prime rib for my birthday." And literally, why I'm typing it, it was ding, 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 and it sounded like a casino on my phone. Now, you have to understand, my ringtone is a gunshot. I'm a hunter.
Oh, God.
So literally, people are looking at me, and it sounds like it's the war. I mean,
Holy shit.
and my wife gives me the look that she often gives me, like, "You're such an idiot." And then, so as I'm looking at it, what's going on? What's going on? So then I start getting texts from people who know what's going on. Here's exactly what happened. And I'm actually writing a story on this. It's going to publish in the next couple of hours, talking to NFL executives. The general thought process is that the Ravens had never even traded a 1, let alone 2, and they got cold feet, buyer's remorse. I had one executive say they probably looked at the credit card bill and felt like I did after I saw my wife's after Christmas. And they had taken a ton of criticism because they bring in Maxx, trade away 2 1s, and then lose a ton of players. And, all of a sudden they again, one general manager called it complete BS. They talked about everybody knows what a meniscus injury is. Maxx didn't hide it. Raiders didn't hide it. He's putting out video. They shared all the medical records between the two franchises. And one GM, again, this is going to be in my article, basically said, if you don't want to do the deal, don't do the deal. People are going to think it's ridiculous. But why waste Crosby's time other than to put on a show? Everyone knew exactly where this is. So here's where we're at. Maxx is back in the building this morning working. And I want to very quickly say this because I think this is very important. And I apologize not being shaven. I have not been to bed yet. I have literally done interviews since last night. But the thing that stood out here, guys, is that Maxx did a real classy thing with the fans. He loved the Raider fans, loved the organization. When he left, the Raiders handled it with class. This is how you handle those things because things can go sideways. And it did. Now, here is what the Raiders are not going to back out on the over $280 million, over $250 million in contracts they gave in free agents. They're keeping every one of them, every single one of them. They've got room to keep Maxx. But there are people calling. There are already other people interested. So they are content if Maxx stays, but there are other people very interested. But who comes out looking bad here is the Baltimore Ravens. Now, in fairness, I don't want to present this as something it's not. I asked one executive, is this going to hurt the Ravens moving forward with deals? And he said, are agents going to be skeptical? Sure. But if you're the one stepping to the pump and paying their guy, you want their cash if you're their agent. So it'll be a hit from a PR standpoint, not a hit from reality standpoint, and both parties will move on. Now, all of a sudden, the Raiders aren't going to get a better deal than what they had with Baltimore. That's why Baltimore got Maxx. But there are still other teams that are very interested. And I would say now, I know with what's going on in Detroit, I don't know that right now that's an option. But if Brad Holmes, if he thinks he can swing it, even after some of the things they've done, that's a phone call you definitely want to make.
Thanks for joining us. We're here with Hondo Carpenter, the man, the beat writer for Las Vegas Raiders, talking about Maxx Crosby. Now, I had a couple questions, but the first one I'm going to ask is now that we sort of know what the asking price is, do you get anything for the Raiders that somebody can make a deal for a little bit, less than what Baltimore was offering, or are the Raiders, like you said, stand pat that we can pay Maxx if we have to pay Maxx, and he's a welcome back member of our team?
Darren, as always, nobody gets the sport better than you. I love it. Great question, because you've been there. You've been the guy people wanted, and that's why your perspective is so fantastic, and Braylon in the afternoon. So here's exactly what I would tell you, is the Raiders are very content if Maxx Crosby's on the roster. But talking to NFL people, and I want to make this clear, this is not coming from the Raiders, but talking to NFL people, because the top price was what Baltimore paid, if they move Maxx, nobody thinks it'll be for the exact same cost of what Baltimore paid. Close. A lot of people think that that's close, but not the same. So it's going to be less if they move them, because that's what happens when you take the highest price. But at the end of the day, hang on. I just got a text from an NFL GM, if you want me to read it, literally while we're sitting here.
Sure. Why not,
Exclusive.
man?
I love
Why
it.
not?
How do you the man?
I had asked him for something for my show. Here's what he said. In the car industry, I think it's a 72-hour rule in 150 miles. That effing excrement doesn't exist in the NFL. BS. So there you go.
I love it.
So anyways, what?
No, I just
the streets.
it's wild how the Ravens are viewed now in the NFL streets, and because I side with you in all this, Hondo. This is the NFL. It doesn't matter what you do. It only matters when you lose. That's the only time things matters, when you lose games. I'm of your opinion, because Spenny was talking about this earlier. Like their reputation is taking a hit and all that stuff. Doesn't matter, man. Agents don't care. Are you going to give my guy the most money? Mm-hmm. Then you're our team. This is where we wanted to be the whole time. That's the way the NFL has proven out to work. I know people are getting upset about it, but in a week this will be a non-story to me. Like, that's my take on it as far as the Ravens are concerned.
All right, I just got another text. I had texted an NFL executive, said I'm going to be on looking at this from a Lions angle. Do you have any thoughts here? This is what he said. I got a real easy angle. Brad Holmes wouldn't have been saying no thanks to the deal. That's not Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes, shake your hand. You don't need a contract. This is exactly what I would expect. Had you told me before the process the Raiders would make a deal and someone would back out, I would have said to you, probably Baltimore. It wouldn't have been Detroit.
But it wasn't. So
Yeah.
What? And I'm just going to say this to Lion fan. That's something to be proud of. That's something that your general manager carries that type of respect around the league. When Brad Holmes tells you something, and I'm going to tell you, I know players. I talked with a player yesterday that's talking to the Raiders. Talking to the Lions. I said, what stood out with you about the Lions? He said, I really like the way they paint the vision for me. I like the way they were one of the only teams that told me what they think I don't do right, and where they think their coaching is excellent and will make me better. And I think he's a guy that down the road you could see sign with the Lions in this free agent process. So there's a guy right there. But again, that if I'm a Lion fan walking out of this process, I think I understand exactly what we have. And again, it's why I said on your show, that's why the Ravens are the Ravens. I said, remember there was some guy in your
Chat thread
mentions, who probably drinks White Claw who literally
JPEG.
Probably drinks one.
yeah, who was literally taking shots. Oh yeah, Baltimore's worse than Detroit. Well, yeah, how's that White Claw working out for you? Anyways, I just would say to you that this is why the Ravens are looked at like they are. The loss of John Harbaugh. I'm going to go back and tell you a real quick story. Wolverine fan used to mock Lloyd Carr. You can't spell Lloyd without two L's. And they were so ruthless. And as a Spartan, I have so much respect for Lloyd Carr. But you wanted to see him go because he owned Michigan State. And boy, they wallowed in the wilderness for years before they got it fixed because everyone thought they were something they're not. And now Lions are what the NFL thinks you are. Listen, I grew up in Michigan. I covered the Lions. I was a beat writer. I understand there was a lot of bad years where the Lions were mocked. That's not the case anymore. When the Lions get involved in anything, people pay attention. And when Lloyd left, there was a power vacuum at Michigan that crippled the football program. A lot of people in the NFL think that's what's coming to Baltimore now that John Harbaugh is gone. John was not the problem. And that's why teams like the Raiders took the deal from Baltimore, because it's not a franchise that appears to be in even close to as good a shape as the Lions. Now we're going to see if the Lions jump back in, but he's certainly a possibility.
Hondo Carpenter, our guest, covers the Las Vegas Raiders for Sports Illustrated. Follow him on X. Woodward Sports chat thread, Tampa Raider, who is a Raiders fan, said in the chat, we are keeping Maxx now. So, Hondo, I'll ask you, the percentage chance that Maxx Crosby is on the field for week 1 for the Raiders, in your mind?
Let's say 75%. And Tampa Raider, if he follows my reporting, will say all along, I've said from day one, Raiders need to fix this. This is a 29-year-old generational talent. You don't want to get rid of guys like this. This, to me, is a gift from God to save this. Now, there's a lot of things that have to be done, and I've said the Raiders needed to fix it, not the owner, but there needed to be some things that needed to be fixed. But you have a generational talent, and I agree with Tampa Raider. I think let this be maybe a wake-up call to the Raiders. Hey, maybe we almost made a mistake. And, you don't just get rid of a guy like Maxx Crosby. So I think there's a good shot he's on the roster. And I'm going to say selfishly, because I consider him a friend, I care about him as a human, and I want to see the Raiders do good. I'm not a fan, but I want to see him do good because I cover them. I think they're a much better team with Maxx Crosby, and they got a lot better. I mean, you don't spend $280 million and not be better unless you're my wife.
All right, there, hey, Hondo. Go ahead, D-Mac.
One quick
more,
one,
yeah.
Hondo. Just on that, right? Tom Brady's ownership, right? Him coming in and being part of the ownership. Now, is that more smoke and mirrors, or is it more that since that's been there that you notice that there is some sort of cultural change or something that they can get this right? Or are we just going to be the Raiders drafting at the beginning of the draft again next year?
Well, Tom Brady is, even the GM, the owner's been open, goes through everything, works, and football operations with Tom Brady. And Tom Brady is the guy. And I think when you look at Tom Brady, whether it's at Michigan, where he was, in my opinion, horribly mistreated, and he just fought through it. He goes to New England, fought through it, goes to Tampa, fought through it. This is a man that the only thing he's ever done in his life is succeed. He's a great father. He's a great businessman. He happens to also be the best to ever play the most important position at the greatest sport outside of hockey in the world. And that being said, the odds are against him succeeding. But they are trying to get things right. They're trying to get things in order. And since the firing of Pete Carroll, everything they've done has been true to mission. So, again, I will never, ever bet against Tom Brady because he's Tom Brady, and I think he's earned that level of respect. I think the odds are against him being successful, but I am going to throw this out there. If Tom Brady were to get the Raiders to win a Super Bowl, he will then become the greatest figure in NFL history. And please let me explain why.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
He's
I agree
already
with that, without a doubt.
He's already the greatest player. And you don't find GOATs that also become championship winning owners. If I'm the NFL, I would absolutely say to Tom Brady, you go in a Super Bowl with the Raiders, you're our new commissioner. If I'm the head of the Federal Reserve, I'll tell Tom Brady, whatever you touch is gold. Now, guys, I've got a story that I broke a couple years ago, and I want you to keep your eyes on this. This is going to be a big one for you guys to talk about. Several years ago, when John Gruden got fired from the Raiders for the email scandal, and the lawsuit was filed, I made the prediction, if John Gruden were to get to the place where he is allowed by the courts to do depositions and discovery, that I believe Roger Goodell will lose his job.
Ooh.
And I'm going to say something to you that people need to think about. The NFL is not used to getting into lawsuits with people that have screw you money and don't want money. John Gruden feels wronged, targeted, and absolutely gone after. John Gruden's not looking for money. He wants a pound of flesh, in my opinion, and I've reported this. And I want you to know, barring the United States Supreme Court getting involved, it looks like this is headed to discovery. And a lot of people, Pat McAfee talked about my reporting, and a lot of other people did, mocked me at the time a couple of years ago when I reported this. And I'm just telling you, it's getting close to deposition. John Gruden knows where all the bodies are buried in this league. Everything. And you have Ven Johnson on, the best attorney in the D. Bring on Ven. God bless Ven. And you bring him on and ask him this question, and he'll tell you. In discovery, there is no limits. So you can literally ask any member of the NFL anything you want. So if you know about any indiscrepancies in their marriages, maybe things that they said that they shouldn't have said, comments that they made, those are all fair game in a deposition. It doesn't have to do. It's not restricted by just the emails. And that stuff leaks. That's what happened to John. And the NFL has a lot of bodies buried that they don't want uncovered. This is getting close now. And this is a story that I originally broke. So pay attention to this, gentlemen, because this could fundamentally change the National Football League.
I'm telling you guys, you got to follow him on X, Hondo Carpenter.
You're the
at
best,
Hondo
Hondo.
Carpenter. Hondo, you're the man. Unless the Raiders do something again tonight, maybe we'll be back with you tomorrow. I don't know. But before the draft, though, we are going to tap back in, man, when we start to kick off the heavy draft coverage for sure.
And by the way, I wanted to give Darren a shout out. The other day on the show, evidently it got out on social media, my comments to you about the way you played. I had an NFL guy hit me up, I'll tell you who, that literally said to me, he saw it, and he goes, Darren McCarty is my favorite hockey player of all time. He goes, and I have never put on skates. He goes, I don't even like hockey. He goes, and I modeled my game after that dude. He goes, that was a great one. He goes, that if you're ever back on, tell him I said he's a stud. So hit me up. I'll tell you who it was. But again, Darren, your legacy is a guy that, you made money. Obviously, you're a professional athlete, but you are the guy that played it for the absolute freaking right reasons. You loved hockey. You played. I've been at your practices, brother. You practiced like you played. I love your game, and I want you to know you influenced NFL football players. God bless you, man.
Shit, on this shitty day here in Detroit, you made my day. Thank you, Hondo.
All right,
I
Hondo.
appreciate
We'll
you
be in
always,
touch,
bro.
yeah.
We'll
Bye,
talk to you
guys.
soon.
Yeah, Hondo Carpenter, everybody. How
Shout
about
out,
that, by the
Hondo.
way?
He's amazing, bro.
That was like
That was
out of left field.
That was actual, like, reporting we just did. We just did.
Bro.
We're gonna talk about top 5 school supplies coming up right now.
Right.
And we got Hondo breaking potential scandals with the commissioner of the NFL.
Right, bro.
Just bookmark that and keep it there. But that's the duality of Big D Energy.
Get you a show that can do both.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. That is
Here's the thing.
wow.
That man,
Right?
Hondo's the
I
GOAT.
think that, like, just playing it out with what it says, it's the writing's already out there on the wall because Raiders are going to go Mendoza. It's going to take a few years to develop. So, like, in excuse me, 3 years, 3, 4, 5 years, Pat, the Raiders win the Super Bowl. Get them on futures. Right, all this stuff. Goodell's out. He just played out the whole scenario. Tom Brady being the new commish by 29 or 30.
You guys, you know me. Brady's a GOAT. I would not doubt Tom Brady winning a Super Bowl for the Raiders. Like,
no doubt.
building a Super Bowl winning. The moves he made were elite. And now if he gets Maxx Crosby, that's another. That guy's a fucking sicko. Now that's just something you're going to spite me, the moves I'm trying to make my team better? You're going to fuck me like that? Okay, we'll keep Maxx Crosby. Now see what we do. Like, that's shit that will motivate him.
The crazy thing is
the divine intervention.
The crazy thing is, in Hondo's story about all this last night, like when all this jumped off, he said the Raiders made their moves in free agency under the belief they had the number 14 pick in this year's draft, an additional first-round pick in next year's draft. They also made all these decisions under the belief they had $30 million extra in cap space.
They spent a lot of money.
They spent over $250 million.
They spent some money.
Yeah, it's
But
wild.
how about the fact, too, that they go, we're going to stick with this and figure this out? And I'm not saying business-wise somebody may say, well, it's a stupid. No, but that tells me already that the culture is changing.
Because I just wonder about it, and this is how it all impacts the Lions, everybody, is the further we get away from this happening, the more I do think, because Hondo said it. He said 75%, in his mind, his opinion, 75% chance Maxx Crosby's on the Raiders roster week 1. I'm kind of getting to that side of it as well. And people are texting, like NFL rumors on Twitter. The Lions and the Eagles have talked to Raiders about Maxx Crosby.
Please, Brad.
We ain't heard that before.
I know. I'm just starting to think, though, that the Raiders are going to roll.
I think so, too.
You know what I'm saying? Because initially, I think this morning when I woke up, I said, if I'm the Raiders, and that kind of got my Bengals thought process going.
Yeah.
If I'm the Raiders, why? Why would you not move them, especially at that? Because now all of a sudden, if Mendoza hits, because that's more than likely who they're going to take, if Mendoza hits, you're ready to roll. You got extra.
Absolutely.
You got an extra first-round draft pick. Like, you are ready. You got the center in place already. You are ready to roll. The more I'm thinking about it, the more that they might be of the opinion we can make a push at a playoff spot like this year.
I can see that. I can absolutely see that.
It's going to be tough. Like,
Yeah.
with Mendoza coming in to play quarterback, like, it's going to be tough.
But with this being maybe a gap year for the Chiefs, it makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, again, I'm just trying to wrap my head around the space of where the Raiders would be. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's take the break.
Real quick, before we go to break.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday to Tammy Chin. It's Tammy Chin's
Happy birthday.
So happy birthday, Tammy.
Happy birthday, Tammy. We love you.
March, full of the
Day-oneer.
goats. Sorry the wings didn't hook you up for your birthday last night.
Yeah.
And happy birthday, Doc.
Hey, shout out Doc.
John Doc McRoon.
Yeah, John's our guy, too.
We love Doc.
All right, we're going to take the break. We're going to get into it.
Doc just shot me a text. He wants to hop on.
Does he really? What's he got?
Probably so. I mean, Hondo SI, Lions SI.
Yeah.
But,
John Doc McRoon.
pick him up.
Yeah, come on, man. I'm trying to hear the Lions angle in this.
I don't care. Like, hey, we'll talk about the Goff. We could talk about the Goff restructure and all that kind of stuff. And what are they going to do? Get John on.
Let's
get him on.
bro. This is amazing.
Whatever, man. Let's run with it. DNC ENT, they are 100% running it with Crosby. Everyone's saying, oh, my God, his price came down. We have to get him. No, Las Vegas ain't selling him for 2 seconds.
No.
Yesterday's prices are not today's prices.
It won't be 2 seconds, though. They'll get at least a first. At
Yes.
least one first. But, yeah.
So it is.
We'll see how it go, though.
Absolutely. I texted Hondo to ask who the executive was. So we'll see. All right, get Doc on if he wants to come.
I just shot him a text.
Yeah, because I want to talk about the restructures and something that's really been pissing me off that the people in the streets are saying. It's of the ilk of the Tarek Skubal stuff.
Oh. It can't be as bad as that, right?
No, it is.
Okay.
This he only signs his own guys shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean only the All-Pros and Pro Bowlers?
Yeah, it's a little play, just a little bit.
It is. Tell them about what we got. Massage chair and Art and Jake's.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, yep. Tell us about massage chair, D-Mac.
Looking to take your relaxation to the next level, like KG over there. Visit Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, featuring top-tier brand like Infinity and KG's Osaki. This is your destination for premium comfort. Cutting-edge wellness technology. Experience the difference with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews at the Wellness Doc. Book your visit today at massagechairhost.com. Simply scan the QR code on the screen. Massage Chair Host, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
What about Art and Jake?
Let's talk about Art and Jake's. Before we do that, though, breaking news: Daniel Jones has signed a 2-year extension
Got
or
his
2-year
50 mil.
contract with the Indianapolis Colts. 2 years could be worth up to $100 million.
That's Danny Benjamin's now.
Right, stop playing.
Yeah, Danny Doe.
Danny
now.
Blue Strips.
Danny Doe now. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, Art and Jake's, everybody, the best sports bar in the sports bar game. Active in the community as well. They've teamed up with the St. Baldrick's Foundation in Romeo. That deal is going on this weekend, as a matter of fact, on March 14th. So you can get involved with that. Go to romeosb.com and you can figure out your way how you want to contribute. You contribute directly. You can sign up and get your head shaved on that day as well. If you want to keep your hair, though, that's going to be the move. Scan the QR code on the screen next to me. And don't forget, guys, Art and Jake's, the very best sports bar in the sports bar game. Elite menu, elite TV setup, all of it. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting of fine dining flavor.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
When you have everything you need to get stronger just around the corner, you can give everything you've got.
Just 30 more seconds.
With over 2,800 locations, there's always a Planet Fitness near you. Join the club today and get your first month free. Just $1 down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, February 13th.
See what you got.
Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won? Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Neal Ruhl here for Supreme Lending. Yes, welcome Supreme Lending to the Woodward Sports family. Buying a home or refinancing is a big decision. Just like in sports, you need the right team behind you. That's why we're proud to welcome Supreme Lending to Woodward Sports, a full-service lender. They boast a 99% on-time closing rate with a 97% customer satisfaction score. But here's a game changer. When you apply for an eligible loan, mention Woodward Sports, you'll get up to $500 off of your appraisal. That's right, $500 off of your appraisal. All you have to do is mention Woodward Sports to score this deal. Call the number on the screen. Talk to Chad and Chris today at Supreme Lending. They're stopping by in the second hour, as a matter of fact. We'll talk with them a little bit more. But Supreme Lending in the house.
And what about Sun Cruiser?
You guys already know about Sun Cruiser. Hondo was telling you, you don't want to be sitting there drinking White Claw or any of that crap when Sun Cruiser's out there, everyone. Again, elite. 4.5% alcohol, just 100 calories, 1 gram of sugar, no bubbles. They're good, everybody. We drink them all the time here at Woodward Sports. Proud partner of the Detroit Lions. Real iced tea, real vodka, really good. All right, we're back at it, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl here in the house. Darren McCarty. Shelby is here today. KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the house as well. And look, we're breaking this stuff down. We're going all over the place. Let's welcome in our guy, the Doc. That's right, John McCroon here with us. He covers the Lions for Sports Illustrated. Happy birthday to Doc.
Yeah, birthdays all around.
Yeah,
happy birthday.
Only the greats are born in March. Doc, we appreciate your time as well. And look, Doc, I don't know if you heard it or not. We just had Hondo Carpenter on that covers the Raiders. He said about a 75% chance in his mind Maxx Crosby starts day one. Are the Lions in play here, Doc? What are you hearing, my friend?
Yeah, no, listen, I've been listening to Hondo for a long time as a big Spartan supporter, Spartan grad. Today is my birthday. It is his birthday as well. So 2 greats with a birthday on March 11. And I just had to hit up Spenny and be like, listen, I know Neal tells me he wants to invite me, but he never does. So I'm like, you know what? Put me on the show for a couple minutes. Listen, I know that Hondo loves Darren McCarty, but I just want to show appreciation to Neal because, Neal, when he didn't have to let a podcaster into Oakland University to cover the Golden Grizzlies, allowed a nobody into the building and helped kick off my career. I wouldn't be here, founder of the Detroit Sports Podcast, covering the NFL, featured on Woodward Sports with you fine gentlemen, if it wasn't for the help of someone like Neal. And so while Darren is somebody that is widely respected, I always got to come on and say my guy Neal helped really kick me off into what I'm doing. So if you hate Detroit Sports Podcast, if you hate at Detroit Podcast, it's all Neal Ruhl's fault. Because
makes sense.
He gave me that little inkling of hope that a little nobody could do stuff in the media. And so, listen, you don't get to where you're at without help. And I just want everybody to know publicly on my birthday that I wanted to shout out Neal as well for somebody that does a lot of good things around here.
In knowing that, Doc, and it's unbelievable that Spenny had to say it is his birthday. Can we let him on? It is his birthday. And Neal was like, wow.
All right, I'll give him 4 minutes
Give him
here.
4
all right,
minutes.
and you just use it up.
Like
Thanks for stopping by, Doc.
Right.
We'll talk to you next
Doc.
time. No, hey, Doc, though, for real. Number one, I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. But with all that being said, I did want to catch up with you, too, talk about the Jared Goff contract conversion. And look, this is something, Doc, where I've been talking about this for a very long time because the people still don't know. These things are agreed to when you sign an NFL contract. When Jared Goff signed this deal before, this was already written in. It's up to the Lions whether or not they want to enact this. And the bottom line is this, Doc. A lot of fans, some that have kind of been around social media and the Woodward social media posts and stuff like that, and it's an angle that I've really gotten tired of discussing, but I did want to get your take on it, is the message I've seen is, okay, great, they cap converted Goff. They're just going to sign Gibbs. They're just going to sign Campbell. They're just going to sign one of their own. But, Doc, one of their own are Pro Bowl guys, like guys that you win with and stuff like that. Where do you stand on this, Doc? I mean, for me, it's I get the why. I would rather sign guys that I know, are good, like good players. Where do you stand on this, and where do you think the Lions are going to take this money, and what are they going to do with it?
Yeah, no doubt. And look, I can tie it into the Maxx Crosby situation. I did a story on Detroit Lions on SI to kind of help people understand, because people think, well, the Lions got $32 million. That means Maxx Crosby is in play. No, what the Lions did was they basically took the money they needed to pay their bills. And so I broke it down in terms of numbers. So from that $32 million, you still got to pay your practice squad players. You got to pay for the new free agents. You got to pay for your draft class. The 9 players you're going to draft are going to cost in total $13 million. And the Lions like to keep $15 million on the side that they don't touch. So if they restructure Amon-Ra and Penei Sewell and you get more money, that will signal a splash. But unfortunately, they didn't announce it because I think that clearly they didn't want to drive up the price for free agents. They want to operate economically, and they clearly are going to be in play to sign 4 guys that are their own draft picks: Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, and Sam Laporta and Brian Branch. So now, Neal, now that I give you the praise, a lot of the things that you say on here, I tend to disagree with a little bit. And it's not to the degree that we're going to have a knockout, drag-out disagreement, but I understand the fans' angst, realizing that we were sold that draft and develop should equate to Super Bowl wins and sustained success. Now, there's a lot of luck factors involved, but if you just look at season results, 2023, you get to the NFC Championship game. 2024, you lose to the Commanders when everybody was puffing their chest out. We could win against the Commanders with our C team. And then last year, you don't make the playoffs. Now, there's a lot of factors why, changes and things like that. But the Lions have and continue to hyper-focus on the draft. All fans are saying is, we get it. You know, you don't want to pay top dollar for free agents. They want to get younger, cheaper, faster. But at the same token, there is a sense that if you bent your principles just 5%, one high-impact player, would that really derail a locker room if you got a Reek Woolen, if you paid a little bit more for a center, maybe better than Cade Mays, maybe the number 2 center instead of the number 3? All fans want in this town is, when you look at it, when you're in this situation, when you're in a Super Bowl window, is you made this move, but could a move of a higher caliber get you closer to the Super Bowl? So I don't dismiss fans that want that. They feel like, you know what, after 2 days of free agency, yeah, our own guys are good, but we're coming off of a year where we didn't make the playoffs. Other free agents might drive up the hype just a little bit more.
What's the next move? What do we wait between here and the draft or whatever? Is this pretty much where we're at, or do you expect Brad to be working the phones or, you know, diving in? Obviously, the biggest, in my opinion, you address the center position, right? And you didn't bring over the studs, but you brought over guys that you could see being on the team. What do you see, Doc, as Brad Holmes' next, you know, what do we got, about 6 weeks to the draft?
Yeah,
So-
no, look, yeah, D-Mac, it's been straightforward. The Lions have used free agency to plug holes. And so you had a biggest hole at center. Last year was at cornerback. You were able to get DJ Reed. This year you got Cade Mays. And so where are the remaining holes? If there's a right tackle, potentially a tackle that you feel comfortable with, maybe. And here's the situation with the Lions, and everyone now sees it, is that the Lions do their extreme due diligence in regards to free agents. They look at past coaches. They discuss what they've done, injury history. They do expansive work. They don't go into the process willy-nilly. I get it, and I respect it. And they're not going to overpay anybody. So they got to make sure it all matches up. I would expect it to be relatively quiet. I think that you got to start focusing on your own guys. Maybe look at an Al-Quadin Muhammad if the numbers match up. I do expect that he's going to depart because I think that, if a team is willing to overpay, just look at Amik Robertson and Alex Anzalone. Those were guys that earned raises. And I think in Detroit, they're trying to, operate in a much more cap-friendly environment because they're going to pay their own. So I think with Brad Holmes right now, you continue to look at if there's a if there's a safety available that could compete and upgrade the team, they'll look at that spot as well. I was a little bit surprised about Pacheco, but at $1.8 million, it's never a problem to take a chance on a guy coming off of an injury. But with the fans, they just want a little bit more high impact because first and foremost, you have to also look at the rest of the league. The Rams have declared their intention to be Super Bowl caliber, and they plugged holes. Now they overpaid, and they got guys that maybe aren't, well-known names, but you get all-pro Trent McDuffie. You already have a good offense, so you got to pay attention to the Rams. And I know you don't want to play the keep up with the Joneses game, but you got to make sure you pay attention to what the other teams are doing. And I just think, like everybody else, sign somebody on defense that can have some impact, and I think people will calm down.
What's the who then, John? I understand what you're doing right now because I'll push back on you a little bit. What you're talking about is philosophical. Personnel, John. Give me the names. Give me the contract because we're living in a world right now where Tyler Linderbaum got Penei Sewell's contract. in free agency. So, like, when you talk about the center thing, people are like, well, maybe you could have got a little bit better center. Who? Like, who was out there? We can all agree, like, Linderbaum on the Penei Sewell deal is not – it's not fiscally responsible. It's not intelligent. It's not a good move. It's something the Raiders would do. Oh, that's right. The Raiders did that. So with all that being said, John, so give me the who. Like you say, well, maybe a little bit better center. Okay, well, who is that then?
McGovern.
Where is he? Where is McGovern?
He's with
Well,
his
the
team.
idea would be
He's with his team. That's my point, KG. Like, you can tell me. You're telling me a philosophy. Give me the names.
Sure, no problem. I can play GM all day long. It's a fun endeavor. But I think it would have started to me. If I want to hype up the fan base and get more of the fans in the chat excited, here's what I do. Start a free agency at the Combine. We are the Detroit Lions. We are going to restructure the contracts of Amon-Ra St. Brown. We announced to John McAdoo and Hondo Carpenter, we are going to restructure the contract of Penei Sewell. We are going to restructure the contract fully, the full $40 million of Jared Goff. We are going to restructure the contract of Alim McNeil. And here we go. We start spending. My running back, Kenneth Walker. My center, Connor McGovern. Or I would pay $28 million for the best, Tyler Linderbaum. If you have $110 million, you can start spending. Then I go to get my safety. I like, you know what? I think that, you know what? Maybe in the safety market, I would go in the draft because a lot of the safeties at the Combine were good. And then I say, okay.
But John, you just told me.
So what I'm doing is I'm getting
free agency.
I'm getting free agents. Now, the other side that we're seeing, which is kind of a downer, which is not going to excite fans, what you're hearing is, well, let's go bargain bin. Let's go Isaiah Pacheco, which is $2 million. Well, Kenneth Walker's better than Pacheco, and now he's on the Chiefs. So what people are looking at is, you know, the Lions are operating responsibly, and it's fair. But at the same token, you can reasonably argue that approach has produced a regression. And what we have yet to see is what happens if you just declared. What would happen if you declared we are now buying? And I think it sends the message that I think the fans are right in the right spot of thinking that this team is close. Now, some could say, well, maybe there are too many holes to fill. But in my opinion, I think 26 and 27 are prime to be aggressive and make some moves and get guys. So now you could get, you know, maybe you guys can, like I said, I'm not fully in line with all the free agents still available, but you could still get an AJ Epinesa. You can get a defensive end. You can get another linebacker. You could have got Leo Chanel. You could have made those same offers and make a push to get this team over the hump. All we're saying is we've now seen 5 years, and they got the same amount of rings as Oakland does in the NCAA tournament. And that's what we're trying to move away from.
Low blow.
And that's why I dropped the mic on my birthday. I want to push. I want to win. I'm 47, and now my goatee is gray. And so I understand the patience approach that people have. We can be sustained success, but I can relate it to when the Red Wings in the early 90s were pushing and they were making their run. What did people say? Make that move, make that move. And what did they do? DMAC will understand. They got Brendan Shanahan. And what did that do? That sparked the 1997 team, and it was like, boom, we're in the mix. We're about to kick some ass.
That's a cute story, Doc. That's a cute story because you're comparing the incomparable right now. They were the Yankees of hockey. They were the Yankees of hockey.
Which is, we need a signal. Tell me the signal to you, Neal, that this team is declaring that they want to win a Super Bowl this year at this time. What's the message? The message is we want to be a playoff team and be good, but I want to declare that we're better than the Rams today on March 11th on my birthday. That hasn't been declared. Right now, today, the Rams are better than the Detroit Lions today.
And look, you can draw that conclusion. And right now, personnel for personnel, I would agree with you on that. And again, I'm not saying where you have to set yourself up for 2031. And I know that's another thing. All my point is, Doc, is then who do you not want long-term here? Is it Hutch? Is it Amon-Ra? Is it J-Mo? Is it Jahmyr Gibbs? Is it Jack Campbell? Like all these guys that they do have to take care of. They do have. Do you like those guys, Mac?
Okay,
like, do you like them?
Now, here's the thing that we are not seeing. The Lions have been fairly responsible in regards to departing from guys that they didn't draft, like older players and veterans. I like how they handled Taylor Decker. That was reasonably done. But here's how people look at it differently with J-Mo. You didn't have to give J-Mo his extension. He's under contract. You have other tools, which are franchise tags. You can not have to give him the contract. Or you say, wait a minute, if you have J-Mo and you want to extend him, no problem. But then in the same sense, you don't go in the draft and trade 3 third-rounders for another player at the same spot. You use it to fill holes along your defensive line, add depth. You use that capital to maybe get better players. So you don't operate, and you don't have to pay Jahmyr Gibbs at all. You don't have to pay Jack Campbell at all.
Here's the thing, Doc.
You don't have to do. You could have used all that money that you're allocating now for other players. And so that's all people are saying is the external. We love how Brad Holmes overall has drafted and got this team relevant. But there's 2 other roster building tools that you can use to make the team better. And it's called free agency and it's called trades. And in those departments, Brad Holmes has fallen well short of expectations. And that's just a fact.
So to piggyback off Neal's question and to hit you where you threw it at me about Brendan Shanahan, you also know that you had to identify Paul Coffey and Keith Primo, who were at players. So who are the guys that you're in order to get something, if you're going to trade them, you have to give something. So who are these guys that they love so much that are expendable? And I don't think, which is the point, is that they've made that case yet. The guys that are expendable are not here under contract, or they're moved on a Dave Montgomery at $9 million, and then you get the return of Isaiah Pacheco and Cade Mays that plugs those 2 holes for roughly the same amount of money. I know 9 and 10. But so who are the guys, and that's, to me, the identification. Who are the guys that you've committed to that are expendable, in your opinion?
No. I look at it, and I understand what you're saying. You're saying in terms of trades and player for player. What I'm discussing is the Lions, and philosophically, it is much more difficult to go from good to elite. Obviously, Brad Holmes was able to craft a league, get this team to be relevant, which step 1 is good. Now, the next step is, when are you going to make that effort and push to kind of get over that hump? See, because my philosophy is the NFL really truly means not for long. Like, you only, in my opinion, have sustained success, a decade-long run, when you have, and please, we're not going to have another hour of this debate, but you only get sustained success when you have Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. The rest of the league typically operates, you get a nice 2-3 year window, you make an all-in push, you then sell all those players, and you deconstruct and rebuild it again. When you have Jared Goff, that's more of the plan. So all I'm saying, D-Mac, is the Lions are sticking to their guns, which is, we have this pinpoint plan in free agency. We want to get affordable guys, plug holes. We want to get the 3rd to 6th ranked guy. And instead of, and my metaphor with Shanny was, arguably, I think at that time, and you can fill me in if I was wrong, but arguably he was the premier power forward, what the Wings needed to get over the hump, and sent the message that, hey, in 96, you're not going to mess with Steve Yzerman anymore. You got a premier power forward who's going to kick your ass if you get in our way. A player like yourself. You know, the way the Red Wings were constructed was amazing. And then you capped
and
it
also
off
not in a salary cap era, John. And also not in a salary cap era.
What I'm saying is now in the Lions, you could have done that this year if you would have restructured more guys and spent more money. But the Lions, I think, are, in my opinion, just a little too safe in their roster building approach. Take a risk. What's going to happen? The fans now are grumpy. They're not happy. Why is it? Because I feel like
we're a transactional society now.
No, we've gone backwards.
Talent. The guys that are getting paid have talent. Neal, come on. You would have been upset if the Lions paid $27 million for Tyler Linderbaum to be the center for Jared Goff? Come on.
Would I have been upset? No, I wouldn't have been upset. Though I would have thought it is fiscally irresponsible. Yes, I would have. Who in the room doesn't think that, man?
In the end, if you are fiscally irresponsible and it all blows up in your face, I think this fan base would respect Brad Holmes more.
No, they wouldn't.
Than being a little too passive.
No, they would. It's Super Bowl or Mac. It's Super Bowl or nothing.
It's the fortune favors the bold in the NFL. Always has, always will.
Shout out Matt Damon.
Yeah. No, it's real though.
It does. But then we have people like in the chat, like John P. D9X. You don't have to trade JMO, but for $28 million, he needs a chance to catch the damn ball. Well, you know what JMO has right now? The Alex Pierce contract.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he has. That's what he has. Are those the same guys? No, they are not. That's my point. Like when you say you don't have to sign them early, if you've identified them as cornerstone players, yes, you do. Yes, you do, because every minute that goes by, costs increase. The only bullet you have in your gun in the NFL is your cap space. I was told the cap's not real, but with all that being said, that's the freedom you have.
With certain positions, you can use different tools to keep them under contract for longer. And I think the one that's going to be telling will be Jahmyr Gibbs. If you make him a $21 million a year running back, when you still have him under control for a couple years, and you could use a franchise tag, that might prevent you from getting, maybe a guy like a Trey Hendrickson. Now, that contract, I think, is a little crazy for the Ravens, but that's who they identified. So that's just a difference of opinion from a lot of different people. Some people will say, hey, keep doing the same thing and not making the playoffs and regress. Others say, hey, maybe adapt a little bit and let's see what happens if you're just a little bit more aggressive.
Well,
and that's
John,
just how I've always viewed it. I've always viewed it as you make a 3-year run, push all in, see what you got, and then keep building over and over. And if you got a general manager worth a darn, he could be able to do it. But listen, the fan base will continue to be grumpy if we end up being like the Bills and the Steelers, where we're just 10 wins every year and not in the mix to win a Super Bowl. Because you're right. It's all about paying this off to win a Super Bowl. And that's all everyone's talking about.
Well, then, John, I would push back on the Gibbs thing and say if this is your guy and he's your premier back, then because you're talking about in 2 years – putting a franchise tag on him. And, John, you know this. You've covered this league a long time. You have a big followership. What happens the second a player signs a franchise tag? The contract becomes guaranteed, and boom, that's the cap hit. If you have this guy identified right now as your long-term answer, now you do it, and now you stretch out your signing bonus, and now you keep that cap number low. That's the way that you do it.
But no. The other philosophy, which I know, people that get attached to players. So for me and for the fans, I think they know that follow the Detroit Sports Podcast, I'm all about the name in the front, not in the name in the back.
That's
so
cute.
To me, 23, 24, 25, I got 3 years of affordable. I find the next running back and I move on. I don't pay running backs. That's just me.
Little bit of breaking news. Big hit for the Lions defense as the Dallas Cowboys signed Tyrus Wheat. So really going to miss out on that help.
Wheat season.
A sack. He had a sack.
He did?
Yeah.
A sack.
Yeah, singular.
A single sack. I thought you were going to say Al-Qadim Muhammad. I was like, I might have to write that, but listen, Tyrus Sweet. I was a little surprised he could have been affordable. But listen, that's how I look at it in terms of roster building is that Jahmyr Gibbs is awesome, and I'm going to run him into the ground for 3-4 more years as much as I can, and then I'm getting somebody else.
And then you're going to walk away from him.
Bye-bye. See ya.
Okay. And look, Doc, if that is your take, I do respect that because that is an avenue. But really in this town, could you imagine? I
think Gibbs is a little different because of the type of ability he has, but you should be taking hard looks at Brian Branch and, Sam
No,
LaPorta.
I'm talking about Jahmyr Gibbs, though. But do you think this town is prepared to say, all right, well, see you later?
No, of course not. But also 2 years from now, shit can look a little different.
Doc, we appreciate you pulling up, my friend.
Happy birthday.
Absolutely.
Listen,
happy birthday. Detroit Sports
Thank
Podcast,
you guys.
everyone. That's my guy.
Truly, I love talking sports with both of you, and we can always respectfully debate and discuss. But listen, you guys are premier, and you're on my channel all the time, and I appreciate watching you guys. And again, Neal, thank you. Humbly, without you, I couldn't be where I'm at, where I'm working at the established place.
Sports Illustrated. That's our. We got a stable. We got a stable of SI guys. There he is.
Neal.
John McCroon, everybody. Doc.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Shout out, Doc. Happy birthday, Doc. Doc's the man.
He is the man, no doubt. Justin.
Dude came on with smoke.
He did.
He came on. He said, it's my birthday. I'm here to fight.
Right. He was going at it.
And I let him get his moments, and then I'm going to crack the knuckles.
Doc's the man.
No, he is pretty cool. All right. Did we miss another break?
Yeah, we got to double up.
Hell of a day, man.
Planet Fitness?
I told you we're not doing RIP.
Yeah,
Planet Fitness.
We're not going to get to top 5 at this pace.
Yeah. We better not have any more news break. Tell us about Planet Fitness.
All right, Planet Fitness, everyone, the best gym in the gym game. I was going to go, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to get the workout in today because I'm going with my good friend Darren McCarty to hit the golf simulator after the show. So it's an unscheduled day off, but you know what that means?
2 golf sims, no lunch.
That's what that means, and it also means that we got to go put the work in on a Saturday now, but that's all right. There's a Planet Fitness right by my house, over 50 of them in the Metro Detroit area. They're the best gym. I don't know what else to say to you guys. I've been a member there going on 4 years. I've accomplished all my fitness goals through Planet Fitness. That's all I got for you guys. If you're going to join a gym, there's no reason why it shouldn't be Planet Fitness.
And let me tell you about Mad Packs. Go to getmadpacks.com to find the best product in the game. You heard of the high-lows. You heard of the Boom Shakalakas. You heard all that good stuff. But now they've got their own line of concentrate, and their Blue Night Live Rosin is elite. Like I said, if you follow me on Instagram over the weekend, you saw my boy Darius in town. Can't hang anymore. Unk doesn't got it. But it is great stuff. If you don't like to do all the, the waxes, the keefs, the stuff like that, they've got a good old-fashioned doobies with just their flower-only pre-rolls. So go check it out. Go to getmadpacks.com and find it near you today. Mad flavor, mad high, Mad Packs.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
BlackRockRestaurants.com. Make sure you guys go check it out. A lot of birthdays, everybody's birthday next couple weeks, I guess. So make sure you go celebrate it at Black Rock Restaurants. If it's not your birthday, but you still want to have a great time, you can go chill at the bar, get some happy hour specials, and enjoy the game. It's Black Rock Restaurants. Find it near you at BlackRockRestaurants.com. And what about Buddy's?
Buddy's Pizza, everybody. Look, if you're going to have a party, right, you're going to have some people over to the house. It's springtime. March Madness is going on. Whatever you have, if you have a big group of people, you need to go to buddiespizza.com, check out their catering menu. Mention the promo code Woodward20 when you check out. You'll get 20% off your catering order of $200 or more. You'll have a lot of people. They all get Buddy's Pizza, the salads, the pasta, all of it. Everybody's happy, by the way. And they're the original. They invented Detroit-style pizza in 1946. Make your next watch party a Detroit-style watch party with Buddy's Pizza. All right, we're back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, D-Mac, Darren McCarty here in the house, KG, Spencer Raxter, Shelby in the building as well. All of you in the chat, get into there. Ask your questions, and we're talking Lions right now. The Goff restructure. Also, Maxx Crosby trade got rescinded, or the Ravens pulled out of it, whatever the terminology is. He's not getting traded for now. I meant to ask Doc what he thinks. Where will Maxx Crosby be playing week number 1? We haven't really gone around the room, I guess. We haven't had time. It's been such a breakneck pace. It is a top 5 Wednesday, top 5 school supplies.
Shout out.
Shout out. That one is pretty funny. But where is everybody at in this room? Where's everybody at with the Lions right? D-Mac, where you at right now?
You know where I'm at. Where you at?
Yeah, I mean, it's
where you at?
It's playing out. I mean, you obviously want them to be a part of some of these discussions if they make it viable. Still looking for that end opposite Aiden Hutchinson. Still got a little bit of holes to plug, but again, I'm gonna allow Brad Holmes this time because it's sort of where I see the decisions that have been made, and some of the decisions that have been made are on your own guys. Getting rid of Decker, Montgomery's gone, letting Anzalone go, and knowing what they meant in the locker room doesn't make it an easy decision, but you look at how he's backed it up. Like, I asked Shelby earlier. I know Dave's gone, but do you like Pacheco? And what did you say?
I do. Yeah, he was my favorite Chiefs player, so I think it's a pretty decent replacement.
And I told her to go home. Your house might be bugged by the NFL, but that's a good thing.
I think Brad Holmes is listening to me.
Yeah. There you go.
Tell him get an edge rusher.
But you got a center that's played in the league, and I don't care about the PFF and whatever else, but you got a center that you can build with and a running back that runs hard, that like can replace it. And as Spenny said earlier, he's more Jamal Williams, but that's all you need because it's the most of it's going to Jameer. So I see what they're doing. It's just it might not be my plan or what I do, but I see that they have a plan. Now it's coming out to fruition. I think everybody just to the one thing that Doc said is about making that elite play, but you have to I don't think they've recognized which guys they're willing to make a splash with or who's the player to make the splash with. And so, I mean, if I was grading it where I'm at, I'm C plus B to comfortability to where I'm at this point.
That's fair. No, that's kind of
where
I am
with it. Yeah, I mean, and I think we all want to splash, right? We all want to feel good and have the Trey Hendricksons and the Maxx Crosbys and all these guys come in, but it's just not happening that way because your stars are already here.
Woodward Sports Chat, Steve DeYoung. Neal, can all the grunts in the chat get a shout-out in honor of 311 Day? Absolutely, shout-out.
Shout-out. We love the grunts.
I'm salty. People give Goff the credit for restructuring, but really it's up to the teams. He has no say in the decision. Well, I mean, he does when he signs his contract.
Yeah.
Again, for the millionth time, everybody, restructures are agreed to when they sign the contract. Back when Goff signed this contract, the restructure was written in there. It's up to the team whenever they want it. All the guys. Josh Allen restructured today. Lamar restructured today. That's all written in when they do the deals. The players don't care. They get the check now.
Yeah, it's just a fast forward where you get money today, right?
Yeah,
hey, here's
Jared Goff's $40 million richer or whatever the number is right now. Today, cash in hand. There it is. I mean, maybe not today. Maybe it processes tomorrow or whatever, but you're getting to it. Spenny, where are you at, man?
I mean, we knew it had to happen. We knew it was going to happen. I'm surprised it took that long, but
but they didn't have to. You have to be cap compliant today at 4:00.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So they had to get it done, and like they said, it's not. I don't want anybody to think that freed up money for them to go sign somebody big because it didn't.
Yeah, it's not enough.
As they said, I think Hondo or Doc said it. It made them. They're paying their bills. They're going to sign their draft class. They're going to sign the guys that they added in free agency, and they do like to hold around $10 to $15 million in cap space just in case.
And that's been consistent with them since they showed up.
I guess.
Driving you crazy.
I don't know why, but it's just, hey, rainy day fun. Well, it's fucking raining. We missed the playoffs. Time to split. Well, okay.
Trade, but the uptick in the trade deadline.
In the trade deadline for sure. But I think they are.
Maybe.
Well,
I think they're going to. I think they're still going to sign somebody defensively, whether it be a linebacker, an edge rusher, or a defensive tackle. I think they're going to bring in a veteran still, not anything crazy, but a solid, couple $1 million guy.
Yeah, and that's okay. So we're kind of in what would you give them as a grade for free agency?
C plus, B minus.
So we're kind of all in lockstep.
Yeah.
And for me, it only gets to the B category because I demanded action at the center spot.
Yeah, and they did it.
And they did it.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
you got your guy for the next 3 years.
Correct.
Assuming, yeah.
For a very affordable number.
Yeah.
That allows you to kind of maneuver. KG, where are you at with it right now?
Honestly, I'm still a little concerned. Between Hondo and John Macaroon, kind of breaking down, okay, they got the $32 million, but here's the layout of the money and what they will have to do with that money. That doesn't tell me that they're going to make a lot more plays in free agency. And when you just look at all the holes they still have left to do, it does concern me a little bit. I don't think that this is the season that you should maybe be considering taking a gap year. And by that, I don't mean the Lions are just going to say, F it, let's get the best pick in the draft. We're going to mail the season in. But I don't think there's a concerted enough push to kind of take advantage of being in a Super Bowl window. And that's where my concern is.
My ask would be then, because I've been thinking about that since Doc talked about it. What would change next year or the year after? the Lions, fundamentally as an organization, as a franchise, as a roster, what would fundamentally change in 2 years?
That's a good question. A lot of things can happen in 2 years. And
taking injury, you can't account for injury.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
But,
I'm saying right now as this roster sits.
What about it?
I think whatever happens in these 2 years on the field matters. You look at where the Lions went from. They went from number one seed in the NFC to not making the playoffs. Of course it matters.
Yeah, I mean, that's the determiner. I'm saying, though, like right now, as you sit and you look at this roster how they're set up financially, the guys that they have signed, the talent level that they have signed long term.
Not much will change.
And I think that's how they're operating right now. They have set this up purposely.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like the people that are, this all feeds back into my problem with the people that say, well, they just signed their own guys.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no shit. I just asked you the question. In 2 years, what's fundamentally going to change with this roster, barring catastrophe that you can't account for?
Nothing. And I get your point with that, Neal. My only thing is, yes, the guys that you have signed earned the money. They, at the time that they signed, they were going to get every dollar.
They're good deals now.
And you were smart to be kind of ahead of the curve with that. But when you kind of look
Say that again?
You were ahead of the curve.
And it was smart.
It was smart.
That's not what I've told.
I've never doubted that it wasn't smart. At least, you know me. I know some people doubt that. But when you kind of look at how the Kirby Joseph situation is played out, I think maybe you, like I said, Gibbs is different because he is one of the best running backs in the league, arguably the best. He's going to reset the market. We all know that. But I would be taking a hard look at Brian Branch, Sam Laporta. Do I really want to commit that money to these type of guys? Because we all assume they're going to sign Jack Campbell as well. He's turned into an all-pro type linebacker, and you be missing a lot by not signing him. But those two, I don't think you can keep everybody. You're going to have to make some sacrifices at some point, and I would take a hard look at those two guys, considering the Kirby Joseph situation. That's all.
Sure. And like, look, it's the numbers game, right?
Yeah.
For every 8 extensions you sign, 2 guys are going down.
No, of course.
Like that's the
But
reality.
he
But
seems hell bent on signing everybody, and I would just caution against that. As much as I love these guys, I do love these guys, but hard decisions have to get made when you're in the type of position that the Lions are in, and I don't want them to fall any more further back than what they've already fallen because of your actions last year. You have a lot more holes this year that you're trying to figure out, and I think that's going to hold the Lions back to a degree.
Stephen Baffey in the Super Chat. Sheila, Spielman, Brad, and Dan are the best top 4 in the NFL, hands down. Give it time. Don't panic. Resist the urge to fall into SOL PTSD.
Let's pump the brakes a little bit there. They're good. They're good.
Yeah, that was a little aggressive.
Just a tad.
That was a tad aggressive. Shelby, where are you at? Where are you at with it?
I mean, I'm still concerned.
You're okay. Can we ask you? Do you still have Dave depression?
I mean, yeah. It's not so bad anymore. Honestly, the Isaiah Pacheco thing kind of cheered me up. I think that they paid it was pretty cheap, and I think that he'll be an okay fill for Dave, at least for a year. Nothing's going to replace Dave, but
R.I.P. Dave.
I'm still concerned, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like we always talk about, the Lions are going to get Maxx Crosby. I think I feel it was in somewhat of a discussion last year, not seriously, but I think I've heard this so many times, and I just can't. I'm not we're not getting him. It's not going to happen, and I think we're putting a lot of pressure on that, and I don't feel it's going to happen. I have deja vu, to be honest.
It's fair.
Woodward Sports Chat.
They tell us every time, like, hey,
he's coming to Detroit.
Yeah, we talked to this guy. We called on him. All right, well, I mean, cool. Thanks. I DM Sydney Sweeney too. Like, it doesn't mean that.
And what'd she say?
She doesn't respond.
You
can call on Maxx Crosby. Awesome. Like,
Hey, Sydney, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling.
Yeah. Spenny's going to make a reel, so DM and Sydney Sweeney.
Right.
No response.
Still no response.
I put my address at the bottom.
Woodward Sports Chat throw, WeezyD313. What holes do the Bills have?
I should start doing press conferences and gas myself up like that. Like, yes, I have been in contact with Sydney Sweeney through the DMs.
Spenny, you can do better than Sydney Sweeney.
That's fair. Hey, I appreciate it. Ana de Armas. There we go. Ana de Armas. I've DM'd her, but
Well, Spenny, it's a numbers game.
We reached out. We reached out.
Right. We did our due diligence.
That's literally what they tell us. We called on them. We tried. Cool.
You should have a press
conference. You want me to give you a
conference.
cookie for that?
just want to thank you everybody for coming here today. Just wanted to update everybody on my love life and what's going on.
Yeah.
We reached out to Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
That's
not a lot of updates.
Yeah,
you know?
that's all. That's all I can say right now. We have reached out.
Right.
We're awaiting. We're
we're
awaiting
still
a
in the free
conversation.
agency period.
Yeah.
I'm testing waters.
Yeah.
Doing the due diligence.
Putting out feelers
Yeah.
just to see where we sit.
The
in
summer
the market.
the summer Spenny's coming. Truly, it was
Right.
derailed last year, but this
SOS.
year, summer Spenny's.
Can we
finally
get a
here.
hat with the big letters SOS?
SOS. That's fair.
You need to come out with a line. Wheezy D, what holes do the Bills have? Because remember that too.
Wide
Like
receiver one.
Yeah.
they got DJ Moore.
Come
Wide
on.
receiver one.
You're right, Neal. Come on, dog.
They got DJ Moore.
He is not a one.
They got the league's best running back in terms of rushing the football.
Yeah,
I
for last
disagree.
year. Yeah, he's not the league's
Who had
best.
more yards than him?
I don't think he's the league.
That's not the best
Well,
running
I
back
mean,
in the league, though.
But he had more yards than anybody, did he not?
He did.
Okay. They had the league's best pass defense.
They did.
Yeah.
So why didn't they win the Super Bowl?
Josh Allen turned the ball over like 8 times.
Yeah, he got destroyed by good defenses. Like I said, he couldn't survive.
Okay. Maybe they need to get J.J. McCarthy too.
You know, I've talked to Josh Allen. I've been in the DMs.
I've been-
it's reached out.
Right.
Had my people contact his people. We're awaiting response.
Things
but-
are fluid right
yeah,
now.
Yeah. We are establishing communication. So
Smash the numbers in the chat. Next 2 years, Lions can trade for J.J. McCarthy, develop him, and then be dominant for a decade.
He trolling, bro.
Those are your people, bro.
Hey, relax.
Those are your people. They're real life people. They have jobs. They pay taxes.
They do.
Like, they're out there. Tell them about Gold Crown. Somebody, please. Man,
I
we
will
just can't
tell you
keep up.
about Gold Crown. We just got to pause for a second. Gold Crown just dropped something absolutely unfair. The Royal Junior Jesters, 5 pre-rolls, 3.5 grams total, coated in keep live resin THCA. These 100 grammers hit it twice in whole pre-rolls. These are why am I so locked in to the game right now. Pre-rolls perfect for game days, celebrating wins, or when your team's down bad. No rolling, no prep, just light it. Michigan-made premium quality. Next time you're at the dispo, ask for Royal Junior Jesters because we're gonna smoke like royalty.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Neal Ruhl here for Sam Adams. That's right. Not many things go together better than college basketball and cold beer. That's where Sam Adams Cherry Wheat enters the picture. Woodward Sports Watch Parties will be back for March Madness, and Cherry Wheat will be there the whole time. Get $5 shorts of Sam Adams Cherry Wheat at any Art and Jake's location across Michigan on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Light, refreshing, and brewed with real Michigan cherries. Smooth enough to sip all game long, win or lose. Sam Adams Cherry Wheat. Please drink responsibly. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, intern Shelby as well. It's been an action-packed show so far. We've been struggling to keep up with the pace. Viewership is explosive. Get your thoughts out there. Let me see here. You can jump into the Super Chat if you want to skip the line. Ryan Douglas with the Super Chat. The Lions will always be the team that's calling about the big splash signing, but never actually will sign. Trick me once.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, huh?
Yes, sir.
The DJCI, going back to our talk with John McCroon, doesn't pay running backs, but will pay K9. Yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
Ryan's reaction in the Super Chat. Happy birthday, Tammy Chin. Absolutely.
Happy birthday, Tammy Chin.
Freddie Felt 313 in the Super Chat. The whiskey sour slapped after that Detroit Mercy choke job. Well, some just aren't cut out for that kind of moment, you know? And then, of course, Tev Sauce still wants to know, why are we talking sports? We only talk drugs and alcohol here.
We can stop talking sports, talk some top 5.
We can do that, as a matter of fact.
Top five.
You guys want to run that right now?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
It's up to you.
Might as well.
We do take a break from sports for a segment on this show. It is a top 5 list. Why is it a top 5 list?
It's half as boring as a top 10 list.
Absolutely. Click the like button since you are in there. But Anakin Skyogre, Neal, shut up.
All right.
Anakin, I didn't choke away a 12-point lead. Detroit Mercy did. I'm sorry about it. All right. Top 5 school supplies.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one.
Absolutely.
After
Spencer
talking about robbing the Scholastic Book Fair. Yeah.
There you go.
Allegedly.
Absolutely.
Right.
Top 5 Wednesday, everybody. Top 5. Spencer Raxter, your top 5 school supplies.
All right, my top 5 school supplies. At number 5, I have Hornets. If you don't know what Hornets are, you had a terrible time in school. They're like paper, you fold up, you get it really folded and crinkled up so it's very thick. You wrap it around, a rubber band, and you shoot it across the classroom right at your friend's forehead. Sometimes you put a tack in the end of it if you really want to make them hurt. Shout out to Hornets. Those are good ones. Number 4, I have the calculator. You know, you put boobs on the calculator, show it to your friend across the classroom. Boom.
Never got old.
Instant laugh. Always good.
For like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, forever. Always there. And then you
be funny now.
I could probably show it to D-Mac during the show and he'd start laughing.
Right.
But you could also eventually get to the graphing calculators that had like brick break and different things. You could actually play games on them.
Texas Instruments calculator.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, more on that later.
Texas Instruments calculator has the games on it. And number 3, I got Pokemon cards.
That's not a school supply.
It is for me. You always keep those. I keep them on deck. Keep that motherfucking thing on me. Scamming kids out of cards at lunch.
You never know when a Pokemon battle might break out.
Pull them out of the lunchbox, scam some kids out of their cards, and walk home with a new holographic. You just got to,
nice.
People make business moves at lunch. Number 2, got the Dixon Ticonderogas. Best pencil in the game, not even close. Like, argue with your mother.
Yeah.
And then at number 1, I have the Geometric Shapes template. Now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it looked like this. And it would always be in the Trapper Keeper. And me and my friends used to use those shapes to draw monsters on page and make different monsters out of them. So,
Hey, Spenny.
yeah.
Fuck geometry.
Hey, whoa, relax, man.
Relax, big guy. Snitching Shad in the Super Chat. I'm actually planning on sliding in Alyssa Lou's DMs. Wish me luck, LOL.
Good luck.
She's got Does she have Miles Garrett or something? Or
No,
that's Chloe Kim.
Okay.
Yeah. Alyssa Liu is a queen. She's she's the way I told you. She's like a real life anime character.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Great. She is so
I'm
cool.
on the inside.
Woodward Sports Chat thread talks about Kyler Murray for the Lions. See, this is why we step out of sports for one segment.
Yeah,
this,
please.
This is why we do it.
I can't deal.
KG, top 5 school supplies.
All right, here we go. Top 5 school supplies. At number 5, the binder. This is arguably your suitcase for the whole school year.
Yes.
The binder absolutely matters. Being able to fit all the notebooks, folders in there. Always love picking out a binder. At number 4, a protractor. As somebody that was shitty at math and hated algebra, I never used this, but it was fly that I had one. People always asked me if they could use it and stuff like that. Kind of got a leg up on popularity because I had a protractor. At number 3, mechanical pencils. I just want to state for the record, mechanical pencils are some of the worst writing instruments ever made. They are flimsy. The lead is too small. It breaks easily. They don't erase right. But it's just something about getting that case of lead and you loading up your pencil, man. Like, it's almost like a gun. It was great.
And putting it in your arm like it's a needle.
Right. Do it
all
on
the classics.
Banging on tables, making beats with them. More on that.
Real quick, super chat in there. We got crayons for dinner. Per source, Shad confirmed reaching out to Alyssa Liu.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Making the call.
Breaking news.
All right. It's verified. At number 2.
Does he have the cap space?
Ask her about Chainsaw Man. Talk to her about Pochita. It'll get you in
Danny
the door.
G, give Colin
I've been meaning to watch
Kaepernick,
Chainsaw Man.
give Colin
I
Kaepernick a
heard.
chance.
Who was that? Super Rosita?
It was
You're right. Get Tom Brady to own the team. Right. At number 2, the backpack. For, kids that either had dress code or even didn't have a dress code, the backpack was everything, bro. You had to show up with the flyest backpack. That was my absolute favorite part about shopping for school supplies. And at number 1, the Texas Instruments graphing calculator. These kids in this generation will never know what it was like when these motherfuckers got broke out, bro. Like, you felt like the Zach Galifianakis meme where the equations just floating in front of you.
It was
when
like
you
a
got
gun
one of these.
case, too. They opened these,
bro.
like 4 locked case.
It was fly. Like you said, it had the games on it. You just do so much different shit. Nobody will these kids won't understand what the Texas Instruments graphing calculator did for us.
No.
That's true.
Hey,
No.
Kenny, fuck math.
All day. Unless it's counting money.
Andy Hardcore, the lead was always too loose in mechanical pencils. If it ain't tight, it ain't right.
You're right.
Danny G, mechanical pencils were awful at actually being a pencil.
Yes.
But elite for everything else.
Elite for everything else.
Everything else.
Yeah.
That is fair. People want... Now people are mad that Goff restructured because now they can't get Kyler Murray to be the quarterback full-time. Shelby, your top... Now I'm interested to see the generational divide. Shelby, your top 5 school supplies.
Okay, let's take a moment to appreciate this beautiful photo.
Yeah, let me picture. I told her that should be her album cover.
Right. A dunce cap is
Okay.
crazy.
Number 5, we have Hannah Montana folders, or literally just any of those paper folders that completely ripped in half in your backpack.
Yeah.
but
Like
also
2 weeks
had,
in.
Right.
like, the Cheetah Girls or like High School Musical. on them.
I had Yu-Gi-Oh
Girls.
ones. all
Yeah.
the
Throwback.
time.
I like the
I
all...
bought a
all-
lot of those.
I
Dragon
like the
Ball
all
Z ones.
NFL helmet ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're just ripped. They just shredded it apart. Number 4, the animal erasers. They were like 3D, and you could take them apart
Yeah.
and then put them back together. So when you were in math class and hated it, you could just focus on that instead of doing math. Number 3, we have cosmic brownies. Okay. If you had a cosmic brownie in elementary school, you were it.
Yeah, you
And
had status.
Someone was trading you their
Their whole
whole
lunch.
grain goldfish for your cosmic brownie. I was begging my parents for those while they were like fighting for their lives during the housing crisis. Like cosmic brownies were you
But
were
Mom.
you were the I need them. I know the mortgage is going terribly, but I need them. They were the thing. It was cosmic brownies are their school supplies. Number 2, the 6-in-1 pen, the all different color,
Yeah, the click
ink. You
down
were
one.
also probably really cool.
Trying to write with like 4 of them at the
You all
same
try to
time.
push them
Right.
down,
Yeah.
shoot,
And they never
it
write
never
correctly.
works.
No.
They're really crappy. And then number 1, Spencils, like made out of newspaper.
Yep.
and
I remember the Spencils. I remember them.
And they came in a giant package.
Yep.
They're great. Loved them.
Mike G, I'm old AF. The NFL team pencils were the thing growing up. Solid list, Shelby. Very
you.
solid
Thank
list.
you.
The Hannah
Thank
Yeah,
Montana
Spencils
folder.
was a core memory.
Spencils.
It's funny because it's a different generation, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just different on the cover.
Yeah, that's
like
it.
that's it. D-Mac,
I'm going to show my age.
your top 5 school supplies.
You got Hannah Montana folders too.
You're right.
No, number 5.
White out.
White out.
Yep.
Not only could sniff it, it could get you out of a lot of trouble.
Oh, shit.
Number 4, writing utensils. Any of it. Not the number 2 pencil. You had to have the big, thick, red one.
Yep.
If you were going to use a pencil, that was the pencil dog. Rubber bands. Needed rubber bands because
to pop your friends.
hell yeah, Kenny, you had to always be. It was good because you could turn it into a slingshot. You could fire papers. You always needed
Hornets.
Whatever you needed them for that. You needed the ruler.
Yeah.
The same thing. You had to be weaponized. I mean, it was ruler / shank.
Yeah.
That's what the ruler was.
Shank.
Yeah.
No, because listen, you know where the circle is on the ruler?
Oh, yeah.
Where it goes around? Yeah, some people might have put pins in there.
Oh, yeah, true.
You know, and stuff like this. And then number one, I agree, Kenny, is the backpack.
Oh, yeah.
Is the key to everything, not only for stashing stuff or whatever, but because of the swag and the cooler backpack was the king.
I had a Gundam Wing backpack in elementary school.
Do you ever have a roller backpack?
A roller one?
Yeah.
No.
Kids are so.
I rocked a Star Wars one
Just
for
drag them around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the weird kids had the roller backpacks. I feel like.
Yeah, that shit was
They
weird.
were
Yeah.
always in your way.
Yeah. The same kids that used to do wheelies and shit. Like, come on, bro.
Taking
like,
up twice as
Heelys.
much space in the
Where
hall.
are the Heelys
Those
from?
are always
Right.
Oh, where-
Heelys in the hallway,
Hey,
like,
hey,
bro.
hey, let's not talk about Heelys.
Yeah,
now.
Heelys in the hallway
Heelys
was-
were legit.
Come on, bro.
Woodward
Cruising
Sports.
around Lakeside Mall in some Heelys. You kidding me? Oakland Mall.
Stephen Baffy, the Patriots and the Seahawks did not even make the playoffs the year before last, yet the Lions are in the same boat, and everyone is caught in their SOL PTSD feels. Danny G, my mom would look at my one-strap broken backpack with 17 holes in it and say, it's got another year left.
Yep. Uh-huh.
So being, the youngest of 5 kids, 3 other of them being boys, I got hand-me-down everything. So I remember the first backpack I actually got that was my own, and it was the Gundam Wing one.
Nice.
Sideless in the super chat, the cool backpack. Going back to elementary, you had one chance to get it right, Star Wars or Charizard, and you were a king
real
for
shit. Real
the
shit.
year.
Facts.
Why are we not talking sports here? We're talking about school supplies. Yes, top 5 Wednesday.
Fuckhead. No, I'm talking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm your anger translator. I'm sorry.
That's aggressive. All right, last one here. My top 5 school supplies. Number 5, the wide-ruled notebook.
Yes.
Wide-ruled. Why wide-ruled? Number 1, my handwriting is awful. I need all the room that I could get.
Yep.
Number 2, if I got dinged with the write this sentence, give me 1 page writing I will not talk in class.
Yep. There
That
you
much
go.
quicker.
Yeah.
There's less lines to fill up.
You spelled ruled wrong.
See what you did there.
Yeah, see what you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4, the glue stick. Didn't get everywhere. You just put the cap back on it.
Yep.
Like that's all you had to
Right.
do.
Also good for huffing.
Yeah. I was going to say,
But
did
also dried out so fast.
yeah.
Man, that
they-
Elmer's one. woo.
They would fall apart and just be
Like the
gross.
purple ones?
Right,
Yeah.
but you also didn't have like glue from the tip of the Elmer's glue all over everything.
Yeah, but
true.
putting that on your hand and then letting it dry and peeling off.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
can't do that with the glue stick.
An all-time time passer.
Yeah.
Right.
Number 3, a sausage McMuffin with egg. Why is that, Neal? Because first hour I had shop, and the shop teacher, as long as I brought him in a sausage McMuffin with egg, would just look the other way when
There
I
you
came
go.
in late.
Bribery early on.
So I learned the system.
Yeah, right. Bribery.
Yeah, I learned the system right away. Number 2, the Trapper Keeper. For all the reasons given before, it's elite. It is absolutely an elite school supply, but not as elite as number 1, the 64 crayon box of Crayola crayons.
I never got the 64.
That's what I'm saying.
My parents were cheap, man. I never got the 64.
That's my Great White Buffalo. I never
had one
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
But I know how I felt about it.
Yeah.
They're
And
like cosmic prizes.
especially the ones with the sharpener. Like
That was elite.
Oh,
I was just
man,
going to say
stop
that
it.
when you had the sharpener for the crayons, that became elite. That was next level because that wasn't always there.
Yeah.
a 64 pack of Crayola crayons. I never had it either.
No, me either.
Spanmo.
I was a colored pencil guy.
Were you?
Yeah, I was a
Just
colored
think how
pencil
many
guy.
pencils you would have eaten back then.
That's
Sven.
true.
Now, are you?
Or
No, look.
pencil
A
crayons.
lot of people are saying 64.
Munching crayons
no,
with Brady Kachuk.
no one needs 64 crayons.
No, you do
No.
that. Some of them are just
Nobody
copies
needs
of other
12
colors.
Yeah, but I
Shades of
wouldn't know
blue.
what
Right.
I wouldn't know what magenta was.
If not for it.
If not
Right.
for it, you learn all the colors of the rainbow.
Absolutely. Mike G, the Velcro on the Trapper Keeper eventually faded through, but you still taped it shut anyway.
Yep.
No doubt. Freddie Felt 313, Neal bringing his teacher McDonald's breakfast. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
There you go.
Wasn't responsible for any of the assignments either.
There you go.
That was basically a walkover.
Just the McDonald's.
Hey, life's about economic transactions.
True.
Yeah.
That's what it is. All right.
When are you going to have to, woodwork? You live in an ivory palace now. You don't have any wood in your house.
Right.
That is true. All right, let's take the break. When we come back, we're going to chat We're going to talk about the numbers. By the numbers. I have a way to equate NFL free agency to the housing market. I'm going to tell you that when we come back. We can chat with our guys from Supreme Lending. I want your guys' housing market NFL free agent analogies when we return. Where are we going, Spenny?
Tell us about Loom, D-Mac.
Tax season stressing you out? Take a break at Loom Cannabis right now. Score 40% off when you spend $80 or more with promo code TAXBREAK80 running now through March 22nd. If you're new to Loom, you get a free shakeouts just for stopping in, plus your first 3 visits come with freebies. Choose a Loom 8th. 200 milligram gummy or a 1 gram cart with just a $20 spend. Find them now at Loom.com or any one of Loom's 41 locations across Michigan.
Yeah, we'll probably just move that chair. Let me tell you about Pure Psychiatry. We talk about sports every day. Wins, losses, pressures, expectations, but real life, it's not always easy. At Woodward Sports, you're never alone, and neither is your mental health journey. Pure Psychiatry provides personalized psychiatric care designed specifically for you. No cookie-cutter plan. With 16 locations in Michigan and 2 in Ohio, they make getting help accessible and comfortable. If you've been thinking about taking the first step, visit PurePsychMI.com.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
When you have everything you need to get stronger, just around the corner, you can give everything you've got.
Just 30 more seconds.
With over 2,800 locations, there's always a Planet Fitness near you. Join the club today and get your first month free. Just $1 down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, February 13th.
See what you got.
Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts, Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, give him a call at 248-426-9944 or visit him at MichiganSportsAndSpine.com. And DMAC, why don't you tell us about Lady Jane's?
Absolutely. Walk in any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, enjoy a haircut, scalp massage, hot lather, neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of the talented stylists. Take advantage of the $20 QR code up in the corner. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
All right, back at it, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Real quick in the Super Chat, Rando Smalls checking in from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Tomorrow I'll be at Tigers, Yankees. Love you guys. Love the show. Appreciate that, Rando Smalls. Thank you very much for stopping by and giving us a part of your day. Right now, as promised, we're joined by our new friends here at Woodward Sports Network. They are from Supreme Lending. Of course, it is our guy, Chad Pikinen and Greg Campbell, and they are from Supreme Lending. Chad's the Birmingham branch manager. Greg is the regional manager. And, guys, we have a new segment here on Big D Energy. I'm fired up about it. You guys watch the show, so you know. I'm big in the sports numbers, big in the sports business side of it. And welcome here to Woodward Sports, and we're going to talk about some sports, man, going forward. I love it.
I love it, too. Thanks for having us. I really appreciate being here.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Appreciate you guys. Okay, I wanted to kick this thing off, right, because we're going to focus on the number side of the sports world. And I figured with you guys at Supreme Lending, you guys do mortgages for people. We've talked about it here on the show. I want to do the housing market equivalent of NFL free agency. All right, I got about 3 comps for you guys here, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Number 1, Tyler Linderbaum, center now with the Raiders, signed a huge Penei Sewell, because that's what it is, huge Penei Sewell deal for the Raiders. Reset the center market by about 40%. The Raiders basically went in, and they're the ones that bought the house for 40% over asking price. They have reset the market for everybody in the neighborhood now. Is that a fair comp?
Very close to accurate. Or you don't know, they might have bought the overpaid for the house, and everyone's going to wait for the market to tank after that. So it's hard to say, but yes, they increased the value of the homes around them for sure. And
the homes, of course, being the center business.
Correct.
As well. But it had a pretty sweet finished basement, though, didn't it?
It did.
No, that was kind of my comp to it. But again, they had all the extra amenities, right? They had the custom trim inside the house. They had the in-ground pool.
There's a golf green in the backyard.
There's a golf green in the backyard. All of it.
Sweet house.
You got a lot of stuff that doesn't add value.
Yeah, now Cade Mays, okay. Is that the entry level house? Is that the first? I don't want to call it the model house.
Solid foundation.
Or a value buy.
A value buy. Okay, there it is.
Which in today's market would be, how the market changed. What would the value buy? Where if you would say the Lindenbaum is what's the most expensive? Something up in Bloomfield Hills or something out on a lake somewhere and something where our guy Cade Mays would be a house in what market?
It'd be a house that needs a new roof or a house that hasn't been updated since the 90s. You're looking at there's a lot of value there, the structure's there, the foundation's good on the property, but someone didn't maintain it. That's the value buy right now in this market. There's a lot of homes in our marketplaces, every one of them. There's not a single part of Michigan that doesn't have homes that need updating or repairs, and those are the value buys. Because once you make those repairs or update, it could really dramatically increase the value of that property.
Talking with Chad and Greg here from Supreme Lending, new partners here at Woodward Sports. This is By the Numbers. Meeting them on their terms right now with episode number 1. All right, number 2. The Maxx Crosby trade was a done deal. They got the appraisal. Everything was done. They did a final walkthrough, right? Final inspection. There was a leaky pipe they didn't like. So the Raiders used the right of rescission to back out, or excuse me, the Ravens used the right of rescission to back out of the trade. Is that accurate? Am I close?
Pretty close. A right of rescission is something like I signed already and I backed out later. What they did is what's called the inspection. They inspected what they thought they were buying and found out, okay, he could have had a bad knee. The foundation has a leak and you didn't see it until the time that your inspector goes through the property. Now, what it does, though, is it dramatically decreases the value of that home if it's public knowledge, what just kind of happened out there. You got public knowledge that somebody found a problem with him, right?
Is the inspector Joe Burrow?
I don't know. Possibly. That one was a pretty good one. Okay, and then lastly, I guess, talking here with Supreme Lending By the Numbers. We'll do it every other Wednesday here on Big D Energy. Okay, the Lions. Mortgage rates have dropped, as you guys know, right? There are a lot of options out that are available to people right now that do want to get in the housing market. The Lions are in a good spot. They have some equity. They had equity they could tap into if they wanted to. But in the end, they decided to not move, that they're good where they are in terms of free agency. They're just going to fix up what they have right here. We were just talking about like a fixer-upper. I guess when you boil it all down, the Lions are kind of rate locked to where they are. I'm rate locked, like in my home right now. You know, I refied during the the COVID era. Yeah, I refied during the COVID era. I'm kind of rate locked. Are the Lions rate locked right now in terms of free agency?
You know, I always say potentially because there's so many variables in our market and also in sports, right? And they change overnight on availability. Maybe that house down the street finally comes up for sale that nobody knew was for sale. I mean, how many times you've seen in sports someone comes in that wasn't available before, or they're healthy again, or you just get a new look at somebody. The same thing's true with where they're at. They may find something that they're willing to refinance for to fix the roof. I mean, if they do want that new star running back, who knows? That's what is the piece they're missing that would be worth the refinance. And the same is true with anyone out there. If you are mortgage stuck, but you need a new roof, well, you try to go to refinance to get cash out to fix the roof, you're in a catch-22. Well, you have to have the roof good or we won't give you the money. Well, there's programs and products out there that say you can refinance and get the roof as part of the loan. And those are, they call them home-style renovations or 203Ks. And back to the sports analogy piece is, what if someone tomorrow gets hurt or in a car accident? It happens. Life happens outside of sports and outside of mortgages, where you might lose a key player and they might have to refinance or they're done for their next season.
Chad, we have a question for you in the chat from Mike G. Chad, should the Lions go get Maxx Crosby right now?
What was it, a meniscus tear?
That's the word on the street, I think.
It's coming from a man with 3 torn ACLs. I just say let it ride. Go get him.
Go get him? Okay.
Appears nice for the touch.
So you know you're experienced in the knee ligament injury area.
It makes me a little nervous that he is injured and you have a price tag on a guy like that. But from what I've seen, it would be, I don't think I stand alone. It would be pretty nice to see him side by side with touch.
All right.
What do you guys think?
Well, it's safe to say you're not 29, right? So he's 29, so maybe he'll heal a little bit better. So I like where your head's at in the money game and in the player game.
No, I'm kind of the wrong person to ask sometimes because I'm more about the rate. When you sit down, if we're doing a mortgage, if Supreme Lending's doing a mortgage for me, I'm about the rate and the total cost. Like that's how I approach it. Like when you give me a payment, I multiply all those payments by 360 or however the month. Okay, this is what it's going to cost me. Do we have another way that we can do this? I guess.
You're on board with Grant Holmes. It seems like he's out there stealing almost.
To some degree. Yeah. To some degree, yes. No, but we are happy to have you guys here from Supreme Lending on board with Woodward Sports. You guys passed the test today. The first episode of By the Numbers, we got through it.
I'm glad.
I didn't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah. No, absolutely. What made you guys want to partner with Woodward?
Well, number one, the two of you and the audience you've built. Let's just be honest. You've built an audience. You definitely have a way of connecting with people in our marketplace. So that's what we want to do. So we have a motto, and our motto is enriching lives. And you can't always help everyone today.
Right.
So my answer to everyone is you'll get a yes eventually, and we're willing to work with you. A lot of other lenders out there, you either fit the box or you don't. It's like you're either on the team or you're not. Well, I look at us a lot differently. I look at us as someone that wants to connect with you and wants to help you. It's not a no forever. A lot of people think they can't buy a house. Well, sure they can. They just don't know how, and they haven't had someone work with them. Some people are like you, where the interest rate's the most important thing because that's the only thing they've been taught to know. That's the only thing I can look at is the interest rate. The interest rate may not be the most important thing. It may be that they have no money to put down, or you don't want to take the last little bit of money they have. I always call them one transmission away from a default. You want people to keep their assets, and maybe a little bit of higher rate and not bringing money down is the solution for them. So there's a solution for everyone, and it's not no forever when it comes to buying homes. And that's what we really want to do, is enrich everyone's life to try to purchase that dream home or move out and have a property. To me, I have a passion for that topic. And that's what I like to do. I like to help people learn how to get into homes.
And I love the correlation, because what I hear right there is what makes a great coach, right? Trying to you treat everybody the same, differently, because every player is
Like
the
Wayne
same.
Fonts.
Scotty Bowman, man. I mean, that's the way it was, but the motivations and what's important to each and every one. And I think that's so important. I always say is like, I see you. You see me back. And a lot of times when in insurance and when you're talking money, it's because of where a lot of us have come from, or younger people like Shelby will be in the housing market in the near, sooner future and stuff like this, but doesn't know specifically the questions to answer. And I think that just like we can answer questions that you have, or make this transaction or whatever else to let you know where you stand and what you need to do. Because I think you bring up a great question, is I may be focused in on A, and you're like, dude, if you look at B, all of this opens up or whatever. Or it might be you need to work on that credit, but 3 months, 6 months down the road, we can work towards this, and we know where you want to get to. So that's a perfect correlation. Just like Neal, he's just trying to relay all the sports knowledge to the people.
No, absolutely. Woodward Sports Super Chat, by the way, Charles Bosnack said Crosby just needs to say where he wants to go. So, no, but I love it. People are asking, people are talking about the housing industry and all that kind of stuff in there right now. But Supreme Lending, they're here in the house with us. And Chad and Greg, man, we appreciate your guys' time. We appreciate your partnership as well.
Thank you for the support.
In the chat, too, what do you guys want to see from By the Numbers? I'm open to suggestions all the kind of time. But, just kind of taking a look at the number side of things. They can take a look at the number side of your mortgage. That will do it today for Big D Energy, for DMAC, for Spencer, for KG.
Thanks, Hondo.
Intern Shelby. Doc, Hondo, Chad, Greg from
Happy
Supreme
birthday,
Lending.
Doc.
I'm Neal Ruhl.
Thanks,
Thanks for
guys.
tapping in. Well, see you later.